Hello, peeps of the world. My name's Jared, and today we're doing something very special. We did it. We did it. Congratulations, me. Hats off to you. Hats off to me. Burn my hat. Eat my hat. Shove my hat up my ass. Ooh. It's 21 and up now, baby. I get to say whatever the hell I want. I'm kidding. Calm down. Well, like, I'm not too much kidding, but too not kidding. You know what I mean? Anyway, we're doing stuff, and now we're back. So it's been a good long time, good long while since we've been here. Approximately, like 200 days, because I have my YouTube analytic thing on my phone. So how have you guys been? I'm kidding. We're gonna start this off by saying, we're going to say whatever that was. Today we're going to be talking about self-governing and how to deal with two jobs. I've had 2 jobs for the last 8 months. That's where I've been. That's what I've been doing. But at the same time, that does not mean I've just been doing 2 jobs and killing myself and slowly dying and working 50 to 60 hours a week, which I have been doing. But don't get me wrong, I know how to deal with it because I am a respectable young adult. By that, I mean, So, we're going to get into every single thing of which you need to know if you want to ever take the adventure of, hey, I need more dosh, but I also don't have that much skill. So, you just work really hard, but you don't really work really smart. You know what I'm saying? And the rich, good people, they do both. But anyway, yeah. So, let's first start off with the adventure of, March. In March, I decided to get 2 jobs because I needed, 1, I needed more dosh, and then 2, I wanted to go to college. So I knew college was going to be a certain amount of dosh, and so I got 2 jobs. One was a full-time job, and one is a part-time job. The full-time job, I started off at $15 an hour, and now I'm at $16.25. Good job, me. Anyway, and then the part-time job, I think it was $13.50. So, like, man. Anyway, I'm working there, and yes. Nice one, Jared. Anyway, so I started both all the way in March. That's why you guys haven't seen me. That's why there wasn't too much stuff. That was all the way in March. I did make another video wearing exactly the same shirt, but I have a washing machine. Did you know that? Anyway, I was working approximately 6 in the morning all the way to 8 at night, and then going to bed at night, and then going to bed at 9, and then repeating it. Was a very daunting task, mostly because my previous job, I worked from 2:20 to about either 10:30 all the way to midnight. It varied quite a lot, and it didn't take me off. So working from a night shift to a day shift and a night shift, or 9 to 5 type thing. But anyway, I'm going to tell you the tips on how to deal with all that. So first of all, the biggest important thing is you got to get sleep, okay? You can't freaking dilly-dally on TV. You can't suck ass at sleep, okay? You need 7.5 to 8 hours of sleep. Don't get more, don't get less. Don't take naps. Naps are stupid. Everybody knows that. I know Chuck Norris said it in one of his books, The Way of Zen, which, I take 12 power naps. Well, that's Chuck Norris. He has time to do that because he's Chuck Norris, okay? He's got 26 hours per day, not 24. He's Chuck Norris. Come on. Anyway, so you gotta get you sleep, man. You gotta sleep at a proper bedtime. For me, if I need to wake up at 6 in the morning, I went to bed at 9 and woke up at 5, got ready, and now we're getting into the part 2. So you get the 7 to 8 hours, but you do it at the proportional time. You scoot it around. For me, I took half of a melatonin. Okay, half of a 3 milligram melatonin because I'm not a heavy caffeine guy. I don't take too much caffeine. I maybe have about 3 cups of coffee per week. Okay, so I'm definitely not one of those. I drink a gallon of coffee every 2 days. It's ridiculous. Even just today, I just had a cup of tea, but it was orange and cinnamon, which was a lot of cinnamon. But it did kind of clear me out. That's why you kind of hear me gargling and such. But either way, here we are. Now we go on to step 2. Step 2 is you got to get some breakfast in you, man. Me, it was 4 eggs and 3 pieces of bacon. It still is. But the thing is, you got to get breakfast, man. You got to get breakfast. you got to get breakfast, and you got to do it. You got to make a good breakfast. So, like me, for a little bit, it was a breakfast smoothie until I realized that bananas and most of the fruits, whenever you blend them up, the antibiotics, the good stuff, the good actual nutrients of a banana and all the fruits and vegetables and everything, if you blend them up, they explode. They atomize themselves, and then it doesn't do anything. So that means you should eat your fruits and vegetables raw, and Smoothie King is lying to you. Take that, America. But I don't know, okay? I don't know. I'm not a mathematician. I'm not a science man. I'm not putting to get the thing in my body. I don't know how to do it. Okay, now, I got parentheses to this. I either have a cold or I have asthma. I don't think I have asthma, but I might have a cold. But either way, this cold has been going on for like a month, and my dad keeps saying it's asthma, but asthma is the lungs. This is specifically only the throat and the nasal, which I don't think that's how asthma works. I think my body's lying to me. So I think I'm just kind of like sick with like something, but it's been going on forever now. Also, my time scale is a bit wonky. Okay, end of the parentheses. Anyway, breakfast. Get some breakfast. 4 eggs, 3 pieces of bacon, cereal, a bagel with PB&J in it. Like something, at least something. Okay, you got to get breakfast in you. Then we move on to the third thing. You got to upkeep your hygiene. Okay, like me, I went from taking 1 shower a week to 2 showers a week. But whenever I take a shower, I wash my entire body with a bar of soap, Sasquatch, duh. The bar of soap. I wash my entire body, then I will shampoo my hair. I don't condition it because I get way too oily. And then I wash my face with a specific scrubber and everything. And that's what I do in my shower, and I do it for about 10 minutes, and then I'm done. I turn on the shower, I get wet, I shut off the shower, I scrub my entire body, and then I turn on the shower to rinse everything off, and then I dry myself off, and then dry my hair a little bit later, because you're supposed to wait just a little bit of time. It's supposed to be 80% dry and 20% wet, and then you do it, and then yada 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 yada. And that's how that's all supposed to go. Either way. You gotta keep a hygiene. So, like in the morning, I brush my teeth. In the morning and at night, I always brush my teeth. Lately, I haven't been brushing my teeth at night, but I'm lazy. But even though I'm not dead, so that means I can still pick up the toothbrush and scrub my mouth. Which nowadays is 2023, so everybody in the entire, anywhere in America and any first world country should have an electric toothbrush by now. And I'm still kind of bafflingly confused that we don't. But still. And then you do it for 2 minutes. For the love of God, just do it for 2 minutes. And of course, there's a new thing going around. Don't have bleach in your toothpaste because it's bleach. Duh. Anyway, either way, you gotta upkeep your hygiene. So I scrape my tongue, I clean my teeth, my gums, my cheeks, and the roof of my mouth. And that's how I think everybody should also brush their teeth. So forget the 2 minute. You gotta do 3, maybe 3.5, just depending on how long it takes you to scrub everywhere else in your mouth. Because last time I checked, germs are everywhere in my mouth whenever I wake up because I breathe with my mouth and I want to breathe with my nose. But last time I tried to breathe with my mouth, I put tape over it and then the tape just explodes out in the middle of the night. I'm like, it's just it's disgusting. But that's how that goes. So that's the third thing. And then the fourth thing is... The fourth thing is that you gotta still be active. You gotta still be physically active. For me, my 2 jobs, I stood on my feet all day, but I just wasn't lifting anything. I wasn't pushing my body to its unfeasible limits. So I also couldn't go to the gym, but maybe I could have gone to the gym. But I'm going to the gym now because now I have more free time because I don't have work 2 jobs anymore. But I rode my bike. I rode my bike to my second job because, I got to get some type of fitness in there. And then whenever I had free time off of the second job, I rode my bike around town, quite a lot. Quite a lot. Just an hour at a time. And supersonic racing speeds. It's great. It's always fun. Yeah. So then, the fifth thing about self-governing is you gotta keep a clean place. Or not self-governing. The fifth thing you also gotta do is you gotta keep a good place. Okay? You gotta keep a good, clean place. Okay, me, like, I never, I don't traditionally make my bed, but I do my laundry, I hang up my clothes, I do my dishes, I take all of my dishes and I put, most, if not all of them into the dishwasher. I clean my countertops, like, once a week. I vacuum the floors, like, once a week. I do laundry once a week. Like, you gotta still do these things so you don't, like, you gotta be Sisyphus, and you gotta imagine Sisyphus being happy, because he does the same things. He does the same thing of pushing the rock up and having it fall down, but he has found joy in it because that is what he does. And so, like, that's what I am, Like, yeah, my clothes are gonna get dirty. Then I wash my clothes, and then my clothes get dirty, and then I wash my clothes, and it's just a two-step process. But I love doing it because without that, like, who would I'd be a loser with dirty clothes. And I can't just always have clean clothes, or else I'd be in the washing machine. So you gotta have the perfect balance of success and failure. You gotta imagine Sisyphus being happy. Okay, and then the sixth thing, I probably should have made an actual legitimate list, but the sixth thing is all like, have a hobby outside of the two jobs. Okay, so my hobby outside of the two jobs, I recently picked up piano, and I picked up reading. I just like I'm not like heavily reading like all the time, but I'm reading more books than I ever have in high school, which was none. So good job, nice job, kiddo. But that's like I picked up some hobbies and such. Like, I still wanted to have something outside of work, like socializing wise. That's a really hard thing to do because I gotta figure out, because like with the first job, with the full-time job, it gave me my schedule preemptively a week prior. So I got my schedule for next week on like Monday. But with the part-time job, it was fucking stupid, and I got it sometimes on Thursday, but then sometimes all the way on Sunday to know the next week of my life. And I'm like, because I work two jobs, and so there'd be double shifts, and then sometimes the double shifts could be like 8 o'clock to 8 o'clock. Boom, that's 11 hours because I had a time in between. And then there's sometimes whenever I have to wake up at 5 in the morning, start work at 6, work until 3:30, and then start work at Harps for 4 to 8, and then come home, eat something, and then go to sleep at 9, and then wake up at 5, and then do it all over again. But yeah, so those are the 6 things you gotta do. Let's conclude this thing because I love you and I don't want to use too much of your time. But how much time has this been? There we go. Only 14 minutes. We're good, and maybe even less. For me, it's 14. For you, it's different. For me, I can watch this video at 4 times speed, which means 1 minute is now 12.5 seconds. So I can watch this pretty damn fast, kiddo. My brain's supersonic. Anyway, so you got to keep up with your hygiene. You got to have a good breakfast. You got to eat as well. Breakfast and just generally eat. You got to keep a good house and a good clean place. You got to have a hobby outside. I had 6 things, but I can't remember. But yeah, I guess that's how that's been going. And all the other things that I said. You gotta do those things. And that's how the world goes. That's how my world went. And that's how my world keeps going. Now I'm down to 1 job, so that means I only have 1 schedule to keep, and so now I don't have to now I don't have to be like, oh, well, I'm working 3 double shifts in a row, or 2 double shifts in a row, or this and that, and then just... And then, there'd be whole days when I don't remember anything because all I did was work. So there would be nothing significant of which I cared about, such as, reading my book or learning something new on the piano or meeting a friend, because I did have coffees with friends at work. So, yeah, there's that. I'm going to just, a little bit more time. Let's get kind of personal. We're done with that video. On to this video. Hello, Peeps of the world. My name's Jerry. Anyway, so it's been 8 months. It's been quite a while. What have I been personally doing? Well, I've been self-governing. I've been doing great. I'm not. Of course. Some negative stuff has happened, but of course I bounce back. I bounce back real hard because I don't let those negative things affect me. the biggest thing was that I became single. I'm single now, but not ready to mingle because I got to work on myself. And such the things I'm working on myself is learning piano. I'm wanting to pick up French. I'm starting gym so I can have a good physique and just generally be physically active. And I love being physically active. It's great. I just wish there was more things to do than just go to a gym. I just wish there was a place whenever you could just move entire wooden boats and logs and just and big old cool stuff outside. And, it's always different because the train changes or this or that. But in the gym, you're just lifting metal stuff. Anyway, I went through a breakup, but it doesn't matter because I started finding myself more and wanting to do things that are better for me, and in the future of finding someone who would want to be with me, and I say this all the time, day to day, but I want to find a future wife. So I don't want to look down, and I don't want to look up. So that means I got to get up in order to look eye level. You know what I mean? So if I want to be good, if I want a good wife, if I want a good person to be with, then I'm going to have to go up. You know what I mean? And so even with 2 jobs, and 2 jobs is specifically only focused on money at that point, now I can focus on more of myself because I don't need the money anymore for college. Now I can focus heavily on myself, such as piano, French, gym, day-to-day, socializing with people, maybe even starting something new, starting another hobby. I figured out how to solve a Rubik's Cube, man. I'm reading the thesaurus because I know my English skills aren't that good because English sucked AIDS because 3 of my teachers were assholes. Because that's how it always goes. As English teachers, whenever they see a male, fuck you, you suck, I hate you. Or woman, not all female, I'm making jokes. But you know how it goes. But yeah, I'm starting to do things that I want to do because there's nothing stopping me. And I have so much energy that I hope one day I can and just the other day I did the square to square to square, and it's 60-mile thing. It's between this town and that town. You ride your bike between the 2 towns, so it's 30 miles there and then 30 miles back. And I did that for 6 hours. I rode my bike for 6 hours. I rode my bike. Maybe 550 because I had to walk because my leg cramps were so hard. But you know how it goes. But yeah, personally wise, I've been doing great. I didn't want to go down the negative path of I'm gonna just go on several flings and ruin my soul, get my body count up. I didn't want to start drinking and kill my liver and kill my body and feel like shit and get hungover and not be able to do work. Because I don't know how it feels like to be hungover, and I don't want to know ever how it feels to be hungover because there's barfing, there's headache, there's loud noises, there's eyes, there's this, there's that. I don't want to deal with any of that. And but at the same time, I don't want to just sit on my butt and not do anything, just scroll around on Instagram or just watch YouTube. I want to be better so I can find the better person. I want to be a better person so I can find a better person. I want to be gold to look at gold. I don't want to be gold and look at copper. You know what I mean? I want to find a good person. And so I want to be a good husband, I want to be a good father, and I want to be a good person. And all of them tie together because they're all the same things. That's the key goal I think every man should try to strive for. Or, a woman, you want to be a good woman, so be a good person, be a good wife, and be a good woman, and just generally in people, people, and people. Do your triangle and spiral your way into the future. Go on, log on, woo! But yeah. I'm hoping to make more videos. I want to do a pumpkin suit. But the pumpkin suit's going to be $100. But I might have $100 to slap into it. Kick off, being one job now is going to be real fun. So, yeah, all I need to do is just get a good, well-stable cameraman. And maybe a better camera. Okay, well, that was 2 videos in one. Good for you. You get 2 videos in one. You get self-governing and how to deal with 2 jobs and my personal life so far in the past 8 months. Yippers, yay, I ate. Bye-bye. I love you. Goodbye. Don't die. Peace.